Good evening. We'll finish up our study of Psalm 91, and then I've got a few other things I'd just like to say. I'm sorry this is a little bit late, but just bear with me, and I hope God uses it to speak to you. In Psalm 91, we've been reading. Notice with me in verse number 14, 15, and 16. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him, and I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. When we come to verses 14, 15, and 16, the psalm takes a turn. Previously, in the previous verses, you have the psalmist talking directly and talking to someone, it looks like. But in verses 14, 15, and 16, this is God's response to the psalmist. In other words, as you abide and dwell in the secret place, as you have regular, daily, intimate communion with God, that means God is not just someone you go to when there's trouble. God is not just a casual relationship that you have, but you have an intimate daily walk with God where you are reading His Word and you are praying and you are determining in your heart to be submissive and obedient to Him. Then God responds what He will do. Notice what He says in verse 14. Because He has set His love upon me. That is, because you or me, or the psalmist in this case, has set his love upon Him. That is, upon God. Therefore, this is God, will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name. God says, I will deliver him, that is, out of trouble. I will set him on high, that is, high above all of his problems. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. That is, God will not only just deliver, not only set us on high, but He'll also answer us when we call upon Him. I will be with him. There are times where God doesn't deliver us out of the trouble, but He goes with us through the trouble. It sounds a lot like Psalm 23. Yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Do you know the wonderful thing about abiding in the secret place? It is that you get to know God and His presence. Everybody wants to talk about His deliverance, and it's wonderful. And we want to talk about how He provides and how He answers prayer. But at the end of the day, the chief thing that we get from dwelling in the secret place of the Most High is we get to commune with God, and we get to know God, and God knows us. And we see here that there are wonderful things that come out of that. And the most promising of them all, at the very end, He says, I will deliver him, I will honor him. And then He says, with long life will I satisfy him and will show him my salvation. It says here that He will satisfy us with a long life. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody who lives old, maybe they live to be 100 years old, that they have dwelt in the secret place with God all their life. That's not what it means. It means that no matter if you live to be young, maybe you die young or you die old, the person who dwells in the secret place of the Most High, whenever they die, God promises that it is a satisfactory, it will be a full life, a life that is filled with God's blessing, a life that when it is over, that person will not regret one thing. Maybe I shouldn't say that they won't regret one thing, but they will be at peace with God. Isn't that wonderful? The wicked always want more. People who don't know God will never be satisfied. But God promises to satisfy you and me. And so we see here, all of these things happen. He answers us, He delivers us, He sets us on high, He honors us, He satisfies us. Why? Because we dwell in the secret place of the Most High. I started these studies and I'll end them the same way. The number one thing that you will get attacked during this time, it will be your secret life. And can I encourage you, take time to commune with God. Now, that concludes our Bible study. We're going to continue next week on Monday. I'll announce a new Psalm of the Week and we'll go through it. I'll announce it on Sunday and we'll start going through it next week. But I want to encourage you, join with us tomorrow. Our service is at 11 o'clock. I'll be there ready to go. And I hope you'll set some time aside with your family and come and join us. Sit down, find a nice, comfortable place to watch the service tomorrow, and have your Bibles ready. Sing along with the hymns, and I know God will speak to you, and it will be an encouraging time. So please be with us tomorrow at 11 o'clock and at 6. And please pray that God would work in a mighty way. Please pray for me, and I'm praying for you as well. God bless. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.